Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty good news and kind of crazy and also somewhat weird news as well. We also have a really cool game deal I want to go and highlight before we get to the major topic of this video itself. And overall, I think a lot of you guys in the comments are going to be like, huh? See, that's even kind of how I even feel on over here. So we have a lot of fun stuff to go and talk about throughout this video. So I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. As well, make sure you guys check out the video that was uploaded earlier on today, because we actually do have some confirmed restocks floating on overall. As well, if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway going on the channel itself. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream, a link down below if you guys like to go and follow on up. And of course, sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stack, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. Let's go and dive into the actual video itself. So number one, as I mentioned, we actually have a brand new big deal going on right now for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games. Now, this also is kind of good in case you guys want to go pick up games that might be available for the PlayStation 5 or just individual PlayStation 4 games you guys like to go and play and pick on up, even if you guys don't have your console. So I actually have an article over here kind of talking about some of the coolest games floating around over here. Let's go and show you guys up that really quick. Basically, Sony just kicked off 2 new sales across the PlayStation Store, slashing the prices on literally thousands of games in a myriad of genres, basically through September 1st. Take advantage of a bunch of different types of discounts in games like Celeste, amazing game, Doom Eternal, amazing, God of War, amazing, Hyper Light Drifter, amazing, Yakuza, and all these other good games out here. So some really quick ones over here. Bloodborne, worth buying. Doom, worth buying. Dishonored, especially for Deathloop coming up pretty soon, worth buying. Dragon's Dogma, worth buying. Dreams, worth buying. Far Cry, God of War, yes. Dragon Ball Fighter, Life is Strange, Little Nightmares, Odin, Persona, yeah. Playing Innocent, you could have been Tekken 7, yeah, not bad. Yakuza, pretty good. Some indies and all this type of stuff. Definitely Celeste, definitely Cuphead. And a few of these other games are all right, like Hellblade, absolutely, because there's another Hellblade coming. Spirit Far, yes, and then a few of these, you can basically look around and kind of go and see if there's any good games you really like. But some of these are very worth picking on up and highly recommend. But overall, you guys may have already scripted on it over here, we actually have the main topic of this video. And basically the people who are not getting PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X's are actually turning to something that a lot of us kind of see as a joke. And in all honesty, when I first kind of saw people talk about this and also other people even agreeing on this, I was a little bit apprehensive, but actually kind of going through the article and kind of seeing through other people's comments of how they use this, aka Google Stadia, even when they're trying to get a console themselves, I was actually a little bit more intrigued, and there was actually some kind of really cool points I want to go and show you guys and talk about. So we actually do have an article over here basically from CNN talking about how you can find a PS5 or Xbox. Here's why Google Stadia is a solid alternative. And at least for me, a lot of the times I'm thinking like, Google Stadia, I thought that died 4 years ago. I thought like no one cares. But some of the things they talked about kind of hyped up for. So basically, Google Stadia launched nearly 2 years ago as a way to play big name video games on any device via the cloud. And the reception is definitely mixed, myself included to say the least. While Google's game streaming technology has worked well since day one, its limited library and functionality left a lot to be desired. Although as of now, a lot of things have actually changed, and not just for Stadia. Powerful new PlayStation, Xbox consoles are in a wild, but they're still extremely hard to get, which I'm with you on that one, so I make these videos still, and cost up to $500 if you're lucky enough. Though also, Stadia is actually more accessible, meaning trying out hot titles like Cyberpunk and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, since you can buy and play them using the phone, computer, or TV you already have. When you combine that accessibility with some improvements to game selection and harder pricing of the year, is Google Stadia finally worth it? The short answer is yes, at least for a very specific gamer at least. So let's go talk about that really quickly. So what I'm kind of seeing off this, and what a lot of people have actually mentioned and talked about, is that people are now finally utilizing, one, Google Stadia for when they just don't have their next-gen consoles, because it's basically like a nice mid-tier. It's almost like the Xbox Series S level, where it's not the full experience. You kind of are sometimes left wanting just a little bit more, but at least it's kind of holding you over. And there's actually been a lot of people out there that are essentially like they sold their PS4s, their PS4s broke, or they just never just got into gaming and they've just been bored throughout this past year and a half or so. So they want to try to do something new. So it does actually kind of seem like now for people who want to dive on into consoles and want maybe more so the impatient people, maybe paying just the extra $100 actually isn't really that bad just for the trade-off. So kind of like, here's kind of the article, and I'll kind of give my thoughts on it. So basically, who is Google Stadia for? It's basically for folks who want to play those blockbuster games like Marvel's Avengers, which actually just had a brand new update, and Red Dead Redemption 2, but actually just doesn't want to go and shell out the cash for a console or can't find one, which actually makes a lot of sense because, hey, you could, like, they were actually giving away Google Stadia controllers for just signing up beforehand, but it's kind of like one of those things where you have kind of no other, like, you have no other options. Maybe you don't have a PC yet. Maybe you're saving up money for it. Maybe you just want to play some games. Maybe you just want to have like that good filler time until you could actually go and, well, actually get a console. And it makes actually a lot of sense. Like, I mean, I'm not fully for it. I still kind of make memes and kind of make jokes about Google Stadia. But I mean, in all honesty, I'm actually kind of convinced. Just even this is not a sponsored video or anything like that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, makes sense as like at least for like a nice temporary holdover. So basically, Google Stadia allows you to stream games, if you guys don't know, using your internet with like on any phone, computer, or TV, and you basically retain your progress no matter where you're at. It's free to start, but most big games will cost you like $40 to $60 each, and there's a $10 per month subscription plan that also gets you additional games, kind of think like Xbox Game Pass and extra perks, like 4K and surround sound while streaming. You also need a solid internet speed to the best experience. But like I said, if some people are just more so waiting for a PlayStation, Xbox, maybe just for a filler, maybe for like a few months or so, honestly, it doesn't really seem like that bad of an idea because there actually is a lot of really good games on Google Stadia. Though, of course, once again, it is kind of memes. Like, I'd rather, if I had the choice, trust me, I'd rather have a PC or an Xbox or PS5 than Stadia. But like I said, some people right now are literally without games. They're bored. It might be a good filler. And the fact that I've actually been seeing this kind of a little bit of an uptick and more folks out there actually utilizing it, I'm kind of like, okay. And basically, Google Stadia stands out from the other cloud services with some of the bigger titles, as it's one of the few places you can buy and play the games like Resident Evil Village or Borderlands without owning a console or PC, which once again, that's actually kind of nice, especially if you guys in that awkward limbo right there. But Microsoft's $15 per month Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Service, which also does include the cloud streaming, offers 4 more games for the money, and it's better for folks who also play on Xbox or PC, which I also 100% agree on that. In my honest opinion, it just doesn't really seem that like, if I have a PC, I have a PS5. Do I need Google Stadia? No. Am I going to get Google Stadia? No. But maybe, like I said, if you're in that awkward limbo where you're just trying to get your PS5 still or your Xbox still, maybe you don't have a good laptop or gaming desktop, you're kind of just like, you're just bored. Like, you just generally just want to get something like a filler. I would say, yeah, why not? I mean, especially better than having to spend money for, say, giving money to a scalper like that or something like that. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of cool with that too. I'm actually cool with that. So some other little things they've been mentioning is like that there's a console-like performance under the right conditions, where basically if you guys actually have an extremely good performance, at least if you guys have good internet. So you have a good, over 100 download speed and go from there. And Google's gaming service consistently streamed titles at a high fidelity with minimal latency in my test, to the point where I often forget that I was playing these games from cloud and not directly from a console. So I mean, yeah, I would still rather have a PS5, but like I keep saying, if you kind of have nothing else, might as well. They also did go try out Stadia on a phone and computers, but they were actually more so were kind of utilizing for the TV via the Google Chromecast Ultra. They very quickly got lost in the sci-fi world of Cyberpunk, as everything from the neon-soaked streets of Night City base was just, it looked good, looked very nice in 4K with very good quality. In all honesty, like I keep saying, like, I know a lot of people meme on Google Stadia, and I mean, I do too, but it is actually overall just a really, really, really good experience. Like, it generally really is. And one also thing too is the fact that the Google Stadia controller literally just kind of is like a little bit like a PS5 controller. In all honesty, it kind of does. So on top of the options too as well, basically Google Stadia is also very flexible in terms of how you play, how you do it. And you can basically use pretty much any modern controller via Bluetooth or USB, use a mouse and keyboard, or also use other things like, for your phone. So overall, even too, like, I'm not trying to sell you guys in this. I just think it's actually been, like, I'm more convinced, and we are seeing a lot of these console people that are in like the middle session where they're trying to get their console, they still don't have it yet. Kind of vouching for this and talk about it. I think it's actually really, really cool too as well. And also on top of that, you could also get that with the $80 Stadia Premier Edition, getting your own Google Stadia thing over there too as well. So I kind of want to hear your thoughts. Like, I think a lot of folks over here, like, there's just a lot of cool stuff. Like, basically, it is a little bit on the niche side still. And realistically, I'm sure a lot more folks would rather just go and have their PlayStation 5 or their Xbox or their even good PC. If they had the choice, I'm in the same exact way. But this is maybe just something that we're seeing a lot more other folks considering and diving on into and actually enjoying than we kind of expected. And I definitely always make a lot of memes and jokes on it. But the fact that it kind of does seem like the perfect waiting for your next gen console, where they'll take you the next week or next month. I mean, that's why you should be subscribed. I mean, even for the PS5 giveaway. But for all that stuff, at least like it does kind of seem like a nice, at least change up in case you guys want something as a filler. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit of something more on the different side, topic wise. As well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 digital console controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well. Link down below. And of course, sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. You guys go get free stack and free money. Go and base you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. I just appreciate you guys all so much for existing and watching. You guys have a good rest of your days. And I'll see you guys all later on. Love you guys.